Hello and good morning. Happy day after Christmas. So, we're working today on the Disney Journal, and I'm going to be doing some basically fodder for it on my gel plate. So, I covered it. Last time we saw each other, there was no cover. So, it has a cover now, and I've just done some collage with some scrapbook.com paper that is kind of Disney oriented. And then, I've done a couple of little bit on the inside, not much. Um, so I want, more stuff. So I'm going to use my gel printing. Good morning, Dawn. Um, and I want some polka dot paper, obviously. And I've got several polka dot stencils. So I'm going to start with this bigger one right here. I'm just going to lay the stencil down on my gel plate. And I'm going to do this basically directly. So what I want to do here for this is I want to use my PH Martin Bleed Proof White. Morning, Jonna. And let's get a little out. And I need a little pouncer. I know I have some little paint pouncers around here somewhere. I don't know where though. Okay. Thought I knew where they were and I wasn't going to worry about trying to find them. And now I don't know where they are. One moment. I guess we'll just use these little guys. Um, I stayed in bed all day yesterday. That's kind of my MO for Christmas Day. I pretty much shut down and stay away from people because I'm such a bummer. And I don't want to be a bummer. It's supposed to be a happy day for a lot of people. So I just do my part and avoid everyone. So I'm just going to pounce into this paint and then pounce it on. And I can see that because this paint, I don't know what the property is on it, but I can see that it's beating up. So I may change my mind on using this paint, or I may have to just go a little thicker, but it's still, even in a thicker application, it's beating up. And that's not wonderful, so I'm not doing that. Uh, it up because I got some up underneath. Start over with regular acrylic paint. Yeah, holidays are rough. And then I woke up at midnight sick because I probably ate too much homemade pizza. Really bad heartburn, and then things started erupting. Uh, but it's over now. And, Mike and I both struggle. So we both just kind of stay busy or stay in bed until the next day and then just get back to life. Did talk to my children a little bit over text. Was nice. Not a bunch because, they have their family, their spouses, their life. And, nobody wants to talk to their mother. Come on. I'm just making sure that I get this in here nice and thick. And I'm not worried about the outside edges because most of these pieces are going to get cut up. Let's get my big brayer. Just smooth that all out best I can. I'm going to leave that on there because I'm going to do 2 coats. Well, I always know the best course of action, and that course of action is to stay off social media Go watch TV. Watch something I'm familiar with because it's comfortable. And I say that because I read up on it. Actually saw an article that said that people who, rewatch things, the reason that it's done, they do it is for their like a reset, like it's something familiar that there aren't any surprises. You don't have to focus too hard on it. And I'm cleaning this off right away. I scrubbed it this morning. It was coated in white paint, and there's still paint on here that I can't get off. That's my bad for not cleaning it right after using it, within at least the same day. So that's as clean as I could get it. I couldn't get that metallic paint off. So I'm going to give that, I don't know, a little bit to dry, and then I'm going to go in with a second coat. Yeah, Christmas Eve especially, I'm good. And that's when I did all my baking and, you know, anything that, so that the Christmas Day I wouldn't have to do anything. I think I'm going to try this artist loft paint versus this old dollar rounding. I don't know. Don't know enough about paint to really be able to tell you what's a good paint and what's not, other than the cost, right? And cost is always a factor for me and most people these days. So it's not just me. I saw somebody saying the lack in Christmas cards that they received this year was sad. I'm like, oh well, I'm okay with that because that's less that I have to feel guilty about next year at Christmas because I didn't send a card. Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry, Peggy. It's tough. I have been an orphan for about 7 years now, and then you know, without my son, and my whole family lives in other states, so there's that feeling sorry. It's a lot of it is feeling sorry for myself, and I'm give myself permission to do that. Oh no, Dawn. My gosh. Yeah, that's rough. And why does that have to happen at Christmas? I mean, not saying my son didn't pass away at Christmas time, but you know, I miss him at Christmas time. I miss all the kids. And when you're old like me and all the kids are grown and you got grandkids and they all live everywhere, there's just not as much magic. I think Christmas is for kids as far as the magical part goes, or kids at heart, like Tim Holtz. He's funny. I saw his post of his little Christmas tree and stuff, and he doesn't have any kids, but well, not that I know of anyway. I mean, I don't know him that well, but as far as Christmas goes, he's like a little kid, which I find very magical, but not for me. Thanksgiving, I prefer Thanksgiving, although it's hard too. Memorial Day is hard. Mother's Day is hard. Yeah, it's all hard. This is just not going to be as neat and pretty as I had hoped. Oh, no, that's a long time in the hospital. Yeah, Peggy, my mom was my best friend too, and I don't have that many friends. I don't have many actual physical friends at all. I have a lot of people that I really like on the internet. Um, but I can't say that they are a friend of mine other than, being acquainted. Not somebody that I grew up with or went to school with. I have a couple of friends that I went to school with that I'm still friends with on Facebook, which I find very cool. Ah, ah, messy. This is messy business. I don't know why I decided to do this today. But these are my Trinity ones, so I don't want them wrecked because I, use them for cards, design team stuff. Yes, just like our lives. And that's okay to be messy. That's where you got to give yourself permission. And it's hard. We're the worst judge of our own doggone selves. I need water and not alcohol. Oh, Lord, I'm spilling crap everywhere. So, and I came in here for a little bit yesterday because I have a couple of more design theme things that I need to do for Imagine before I'm done with them. And I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but at least for me, I have to come up with an idea and execute that idea before I ever start recording that idea. And so I'll make samples, a couple of samples, and see if it's something I actually feel like I should be doing. So, for instance, I had this idea yesterday, and it's got a couple of little openings and stuff like that. And so I'm going to do an offshoot of this somehow. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to do hearts or just regular geometric shapes. I love these little feathers. And those came from gel prints that I cut up. Well, Dawn, and I get it. I've often thought about retiring from the whole thing and just doing this for the joy of it. Um, but I'm not quite ready because, to be perfectly honest, this and any kind of sales that I do helps pay for my doctor and medications, and I need those things. So, like every 3 months, I might make $100 off of YouTube, and that's about as much as it costs me to go to the doctor and pick up my meds every 3 months. Because I'm retired and on Social Security and not a big fat Social Security, a regular, pretty small one, um, every penny helps. So I appreciate all the support that I get from viewers, by the way. Um, just viewing the videos, giving thumbs up, engaging does help. Well, I'm waiting on the white to dry now, and I'm hesitant to use my blow dryer because I have my Can you guys believe I have my air conditioner on? But it's really super muggy here in the south right now. Let's see, is this even plugged in? I don't think it is. Might be. I don't know. Let me go turn off my air. We live in an old house, and so if I have too much electricity going at once, I lose power. Let's see if it's plugged in or not. No, it's not. Okay, let's see if I can find the actual plug and plug it in. Okay, there's the plug. Move on something. And where can I plug it in? Maybe get that unhooked from there. You guys should see this spider web of a mess I've got over here. Okay. Oh, snow. Yay. I'll take it. Oh, Dawn, that's rough. Let's go high. And I'm using the full shot. There's a full shot on this dryer. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that seems to be dry. Okay. So now I'm going in with red, and this is deep red. Done. Uh, yeah, so it's going to be in the 70s for the next until Monday, I think, and then it's going to drop down to the 40s. And then I start wondering, why am I sick? Well, probably because temperature can't make up its mind. I don't want to go too heavy on the paint, but I want to make sure I have enough paint on there so it's nice and deep red. Okay, so what I'm going to use here, and wish me luck, this is medical paper. And I got the whole roll for like $8, and there's a lot on it. We'll see. We'll see how it pulls, right? Because that's going to be the litmus test. I haven't tried with it before. I do have some wrinkles in there. I'm not too worried about those. Downsize from a large house to one bed, one bath, but the basement and garage, crafts everywhere, but the bathroom. You're right, Jonna. There are some wicked bugs going around. There are. I don't go anywhere. You guys know that. Okay, I just want to make sure this is actually going to lift, and it will. Okay. Just give it a little more time to dry. One thing about it is it dries pretty quickly because it's so thin. But my husband goes somewhere every day, to a store, wherever, anything to get out of the house. He's funny like that. And he's scrapping, so he likes to go out and find treasures, and he finds a lot of treasures. I have a huge roll of industrial plastic wrap, food wrap that came from a Costco. Apparently upgraded one Costco that he goes to upgraded their meat department with all new equipment. And so they put their equipment outside and called Mike and said, "Come get it." I know what you mean, Dawn, about the energy. Like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna go watch. Right now, I'm rewatching Outlander. I think probably for the third time. I don't care. Because again, it's one of those things I don't have to think about it. I know what happens next, and I still love it. And okay, if you are an Outlander watcher, I have a question for you because everybody thinks Jamie is it. But listen, I'm more of a Roger fan. What about you guys? I just like the way Roger looks better than Jamie. Nobody? And there's, with that stress and that grief, there's a lot of illness that goes along with it because you're not taking care of yourself, or you're over taking care of yourself in my case. Nope, still not ready. The guy, what's his name, Matt Hewen or whatever, he's not my cup of tea. I do love curly red hair, but no. Yeah, you're right. There are a few that are nice to look at. Uh, Actually, I felt that Dougal was pretty good looking, even though he was bald. Sam, you're right, Sam. You know what? My son and I used to watch the Mandalorian together. It was like our thing. And Star Wars, we go to every movie at the theater together. And I cannot to this day watch any kind of Star Wars anymore. Good morning, Cordelia. Or even barely talk about it. So I don't know what happened with Grogu. I don't know any of the things because I just couldn't watch it. Mike doesn't watch anything I watch. He watches stupid things like people farting and screaming at each other on the internet. I have no interest. No, thank you, please. It just doesn't want to pull properly from those spots. Maybe it's not going to. Or maybe I just need to let it dry a little bit more. Let's give it a little bit of help. Yeah, no, you can't get past Google's personality because he's just a freakazoid. But um, imagine being somebody like that. I've been thinking about subscribing again to HBO Max so I can watch Game of Thrones again, but I don't know why. I just love Game of Thrones. I'll finish Outlander and then there'll be a final season. I'm really pressing on this, and I have this on warm. It may be the paper, it may be the paint, maybe my impatience. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's better. Interesting. So the red isn't exactly the red, the droid I'm looking for, but it's still a cool pattern. So I like. Now I'm going to do a small black and white. Let's just set that aside. And it's dry enough for that I can stack things on top of it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab some of my packing tape and just pull off the excess paint. I don't care about the top and sides because that's not part of what I'm going to cut out. I don't want any pink in my black and white ones. What's cool is you can build up on these things and then use them later in your journals. Pulls off pretty cool. Now this tape behaves much different than the Scotch brand. This is the Duct brand. Easy Start. What the heck just dropped? I guess the main reason I'm picking most of this off is so that I don't accidentally somehow get red in my black and white. When I'm ready for red, I'll go for red. Isn't that cool? I'm just going to set that over there because I might keep it and throw it in the journal, or I might throw it away. You just never know. All right, let's get some smaller polka dots. Let's do, no, I don't want that one. I'm going to do these itty bitty ones. Now, these little bitty ones are going to be a little bit on the difficult side. And the reason I say that is because they're so small. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's hot in here. So humid. That's why I've been fighting with my sourdough because of the humidity, and I'm getting too much water in it. Now, do I want to, here, I have different choices here. I could just paint this black and then lift, and then not, if I do it on white paper, then I've already got my black and white polka dots, and I think that's what I'll do. So let's get a piece of lift and see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Where did I put that roll of paper? There it is. Morning, Nima. Okay, set that aside, and let's find my black. Do I even have black? I'm sure I do. Deep violet, pink. Where is my black? I need better organization with these things. Mars black, okay. Morning, Linda. Thanks, Peggy. Little paint mushroom. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay. No, I don't see how that's going to work. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that because, well, I'm not going to get what I was hoping for. That's why. And I need more paint. Where did I put the paint that I just had in my hand? Are you kidding me? Oh, here it is. There's not enough. I can tell that it's not filling the holes. Okay. So what I'm wanting is white with black, not black with white. Make sure it's really pressed in there. I could pull those polka dots. Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but it's a little bit much. A little bit much. Okay, we'll clean this off and let that dry. You go back over there. I have to remember to leave myself room to clean up. I'm going to try this again, only with white, because that's what I want. I want white polka dots on black. Got a bunch of these rags at Harbor Freight. So, and they suck for like washcloths because they, the color bleeds out of them. But they're great for this because I don't care. I can throw them away. They were cheap. I don't mind if this is stained. I just don't want any kind of raised paint on it. Because if you do that, then you're going to have problems with your stencil. Okay, since those are black-ish, they're not quite as black because, you know, the way I did that. I'm going to go a different route with that one. Let's get it dry. Definitely get out your jelly plate. It's fun. You never know what you're going to get. And you can, it works with inks too. You don't have to use paint on it. I think I'm going to come in with yellow just because. Get dry, you guys. I'm not using the cool shot right now, but I only have it on warm. I'm going to turn it on high now. Yeah, it's still a little bit damp, but it'll be fine. Now, I only have this cadmium yellow, and I do love this color. Have a good day, Peggy. Thanks for stopping by. I know, wait, yeah, you got to make a clear space or sit on the floor and do it. What the heck? Why not? Well, unless you're like me and getting back up is tricky. Okay. Piece of this paper. Uh, I need a new piece of paper to braid our off on. That one's wet from me cleaning. Yeah, okay, I got you, Dawn. In some cases, I have to get down on the floor, but I always make sure I'm in a spot that I can get back up, have something to grab onto to get back up. Okay, I'm going to give that a little help. Let's see how we're doing. I'm not mad. Looks a little like a honeycomb. Okay, now back to trying to do black and white. This is what I'm after is black and white. I'm going to set that down there. Oh, I like that too. And I'm going to come back in with this one with the red on it and grab it. Still got some sticky on it, so I want to see if I can get some of this yellow down. Oh yeah. There we are with the tape so far. Oops, I believe I have bumped my thing. Okay. Back down with this guy. Little polka dot. Make sure it's nice and squished down here. And then we're going to come in with the white. And remember, let's just put my black here where I can get to it. I had found a white, brand new white. And let's see if I can figure out where I put it. What do I do? Oh, here it is. I think I need more coffee. Yes. Yeah, I like the way that one came out too. Yeah, it reminds me of a honeycomb. Okay, white. And I'm gonna go in pretty heavy with it. Let's get a smaller brayer, I think. See if I can get more control with the small brayer. And then smooth it out with the big brayer. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, indeedy. Hey, good morning. I got some pretty lovely little dots with that one. Now I could have laid that on another piece of paper, but I didn't because I want to clean it off right away while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it worked out. Those ones worked out well. There's just a few spots, but again, I'm not going to be using the whole pieces. I'll be using this fodder. Okay, let's give this some help here. Yes, I've been wanting to get out my jelly plate for a few days now. I'm very lightly touching these. And I feel like they're dry enough to spread some black paint on. And yeah, I'm probably going in a little heavy with the paint, but I don't mind. Because I want it nice and dark. And smooth. I don't want those lines in there, so I'll come in with my giant brayer and just show it a little bit of love. Smooth those out. Okay, paper. If I wasn't so lazy, I would cut this paper, but it's too much. I don't have enough arm strength to deal with it. So everything in life seems to be closed down now for the holidays until what, next week? Hi, Frida. Happy belated Christmas. Good to see you. Let's come in with my brayer on top so that I can brayer off more of this. I think those are my smallest polka dots. We've done these, we've done these. I still have these great big ones, which I think would look cool with red and white, but I might do blue and white, just so I've got a variety of color for my pages. Yeah, that's got to dry quite a bit. So, back with the noisy tool. That's the only thing about doing these live is that, it takes time and you got to use noisy tools. You know what? Since that's blowing like that and making me crazy, I think I'll trim it off and then I can use the other part of it. There. I can use that part. I know. I apparently I have a really good noise canceling microphone. But I can't hear myself talking, so I feel like I'm yelling. We'll have to make a couple of magical pages too. Oh yes, we're almost there. We're almost there, friends. Of course, you could always just buy polka dotted paper too. What's the fun in that? Well, magical pages will have lots of color on them. We're going for basically two-tone right here. But we need some that, would make you think of like the Disney castle and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. What a pull. What a pull. Look at that, guys. Perfection. Okay. So we've got it black and white. Okay, we need the big dots. I've got red and white. Okay, big dots. Rainbow's your favorite color. I love me some rainbow too. Now what did I do with the big dots? Here they are. Okay, I think I want to do, I'm still going to do white, but I think I want to do a fun green. Are these both the same? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a fun green with it. So, that laid down, these should go on easier and dry quicker, hopefully. I know it's fun. So, I'm going to get it again kind of thick on here just to make sure it fills in those circles really well. And since those circles are so big, I want to make sure that I smooth it in. Best I can. Yeah, because they're big, I'm actually kind of losing paint a little bit. Okay. Curious here how this, yeah, that's what I thought. It makes a pretty neat little brayered space, like after you roll on those. Okay. Now we have to get dried. This could almost use a second coat. And so magical pages, I took out, for instance, I took out, this is one of my favorite stencils. It's actually a mask and it's the Scribbled Circles mask. It's so cool. So cool. And that's, I want to say it's, yeah, it is a Joggles brand name. So let's do this. Since I have this right here like this, I think what I'll do is I will do a, what did I do with my tweezers? I think I'll lift this and lay it down right here. Bring it down and get what I get. Pretty cool. It gave this sort of animal print vibe. I like it. Saving it. Saving it. And it did stick to the paper a little bit. Okay, let's get that cleaned off. So if you're just coming in or you haven't been following, I've been working on a Disney journal and I'm just making fodder for pockets and things in the pages. It's already, the journal itself is already made. It just needs decorating. Okay. Yeah, I rather like that. That might die cut really cool. So usually when I die cut something like this, since this is printer paper, I will glue it or paste it onto a heavier piece of cardstock. Hey, Kristen, good morning. And then cut it apart. Okay, so let's get this dry. Let's get another roll off page. Kind of want blue though, but I don't have a lot of blue. I don't know why I never buy blue, and I love blue. I think I'm going to go with this light blue instead of the green, or maybe I'll do both. How about that? You too, Frida. Have a great weekend. Is it weekend already? Good grief. I think we'll do a blue-green gradient. I was thinking about it as I was trying that. Oh, come on, dang it, Bobby. Don't knock things over. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a weekend. Okay, so let's do, I'm gonna do half of it this and half of it this. And let's use this brayer. We'll start down here. I got that way thick. That's okay. Come up to the center. Brayer off. Kind of gradient that down. Okay, let's see what we get. Yeah, it does look neon, doesn't it? The other thing about brayering off on the back of this is it does strengthen it a little bit once the paint dries, because it adds that extra acrylic to it. When's the last time you got out your jelly plate, Kristen? Yeah, that's Karen over there. I'm still trying to get used to people's internet names. If they're not, if they're different. That's going to look really cool, friends. Just got to dry. Okay, let's give it some help. We're not here all slipping day. Thanks. Yeah, I like them too. Let's see if she's ready to pull. Yeah, she's close enough. There are some parts that are a little funky NASA because they had wrinkles in them, but I don't mind. I like the look. So that's starting to be magical. And I can always fix the polka dots with extra paint if I want to, So let's grab this piece of tape and let's pull some of that excess paint off to make our fancy tape or something. Gel printing is always fun. Even if it comes out terrible, you can still do stuff with it. So it's relaxing. I'm just kind of randomly picking up this excess paint onto this little piece of clear tape until it's full and can become more fodder for the journal. Let's get a little bit of that on our other one. There's not much left, but we'll grab what we can. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Waste not. Okay. So, drop my rag. So I have this mask. And these will become white swirls. So I have to paint the background. Let's set this aside and get a new one because I might want to do something with that one. Yeah, total magic trick. Let's get a rainbow going. And so I think I want to do kind of a magical rainbow, if you will. I don't have all I have are dark yellows. So I may have to go with that. I could blend, but I don't want to. Oh, I have a nice pink here. That'll transition nicely over that. Okay, we'll do that crazy green as a transition. I can find it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go this way with these paints. This is light pink, kind of a rose pink color. And we'll do the light blue. We'll do the green. You guys know I get way too much paint. I waste a lot of paint, and I don't care because I don't do this that often. And I don't use these acrylic paints for anything else. Okay, let's see what happens. Ready? Ready, Freddy? Okay. Let's start here. I'm going to transition those over, then I'm going to brayer off, and then transition this blue over. I don't know how it's going to look, how it's going to transition, but I think it's going to be just fine. Do my blue into green. Ooh, that's pretty right there. Uh-oh, I'm losing my... This happens sometimes. Huh. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to stress. Now, oops, I should have paid attention. Try not to spread it around too much tea. Lift the mask. Move these for a minute. Grab a fresh piece of paper and lay my mask down on it because cool beans. I like the colors. Yep, this is one of my favorite stencils for sure. I need to work more quickly because I don't want my stencil sticking to my paper. Meh. Meh. It's not a big deal. Not loving it. I love how the stencil looks though. Just brayering these off a little bit more before I get this wet. I gotta wait for that to dry, and I feel like that line right there is a little harsh, so I may simmer it down now, but I'm not sure how. There's not really any way I can without covering my... Ugh, golly, you guys, it's hot in here. Where is my water? Here it is. And these ones I don't care as much whether they're perfectly clean because this is all I use them for. And doing spray stains through. Did you guys see where I put my rag? Here it is. I mainly just want any rough paint off of there. Yeah, that's a messy mess, and I love it. I'm just going to set this aside over here. It's in the way. Oh, that looks cool like that. Okay, let's dry this off. Stop. So rather than doing white, I think what I want to do is grab deep magenta and aqua green and go this side deep magenta. Go this side the aqua green. I get that mushroom off of there. Oops, blank. That was a big chunk. Sprayer. Give it more of a mermaid vibe. All right, friends, let's see what we get. This is always so much fun when you just don't know. Let it be a mystery. Okay. But it doesn't always have to be a mystery. All you have to do is flip it over and see. No, I don't love it. It's too stripy, but that's okay. Too stripy. But if I'm using it as fodder, it doesn't really matter because I'll be cutting it apart, cutting it into shapes, all the things. Ooh, I'm gonna love peeling that stuff off. Okay. Heat. Trying to keep myself within frame here. Is it cloth like? No, it's more like tissue paper, Paula, like just like the stuff you sit on at the doctor's office. Well, that's exactly what it is. So you're right. I could cut that per sheet load. You're right. Almost ready to pull. I still have a bunch of the unicorn paper I made with that stencil somewhere around here. So there's this one. And again, I'm not happy with this transition right here. I'm okay with everything else, but this is too harsh. So I probably will not use these two colors together again. I didn't really want to blend very well, but I'm still happy with the pull. And let's see, let's grab some of that excess color here. Yeah, it would make fun birthday cards, definitely. I'm going to try that again, only I'm going to change up my color idea. And that'll be the last one for today because I'm feeling a desire for breakfast. That's getting pretty neat looking. Okay. So, oh, don't run over it, you dork. Let's grab the mask again. Ooh, do not stay. Oh shit, I hate when that happens. Sorry. Sorry, folks. Okay. This is my own fault. These things I do for myself are my own fault. I need to clean this off real quick before it's stuck forever. And I'm going to make a mess, and never mind. Oh, Lord. I just want to mainly get the paper off. I'm not too concerned about the paint, just the paper. Look at my hands, though. Aren't they pretty? Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, lay you down and rethink my life on how I want to handle these wet pieces of paper. Get them out of my way. I want to handle color. Let's look at this last one and see what I didn't love. I did love the peach and I did love these two together. They were good. Oh no, I didn't use, did I use deep magenta? Maybe we'll do actual rainbow. So I have two different reds here. I think I like deep red over brilliant red. And then, oh, I love these two colors together. Aren't these fabulous together? They don't blend well though. What could I do? I could go red, purple. I don't think I have another pink, which is rose pink. Maybe. Maybe. I wish I had a lighter purple. I don't, though. All right, we're going to do these. And I'm still going to go lengthwise. Getting low on this, as you can tell, this is one of my favorites. Okay, small barrier. My main thing is to get a good gradient here rather than having a harsh line. Like a river flow. I don't know why I have an Elvis song stuck in my head. Oh, probably I was watching a wedding on Instagram. This should transition it out a little bit better. That's pretty, huh? Don't leave them on the paper, T. What is wrong with you? You don't even pay attention to your own advice. Should leave them butt side up. Okay. It's still not transitioning the way I wish it would. That's operator error, friends. Hey, Judy. Hey, Reagan. Now we wait for this to dry and then decide on the next color, which I may make a single color. Maybe I'll just leave it white. Oh, wish I had a silver that would work on here. Silver would be amazing. Or glitter paint. Oh, I don't have any glitter paint. And I'm not putting glitter on my jelly plate. No way, no how, not happening, not ever. Thinking though. Tim Holtz paints don't really work well on a jelly plate. I have gold. I have plenty of gold. What else do I have? Oh, you know what, you guys? I know. I know exactly what to put on here. I wonder about shimmery goodness. Oh, Reagan, sorry. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough that you have to work when you're sick, is what it is. I feel blessed in that I'm retired, and if I want to lay down and go to sleep, short of noise around the house, I can do that. Okay, let's give this a quick dry. I don't know how Shimmery Goodness is going to work on here, how it's going to lift, how it's going to dry. So this is a mad science experiment. Because it's more like a glue than it is a paint. I'm trying to think while I'm waiting for this to dry if I have anything else that I would feel better about using. I've already tested Simon's lunar paste and stuff on here. They're not wonderful on here. They don't pull very nicely. You guys have probably been here when I've done that. trying to think if there's anything else I might have that I would feel better about. You know what I do have is I have some pigments. Maybe that would be better. Let me see. Um, some mica powders that I could mix with a clear, like for instance, I have this iridescent purple mica powder that I could mix with a medium, a clear gel medium. See if I can find that. Finding things is always fun. That might be the best bet though. Where are you, clear gel medium? Is this you? Liquitex, acrylic, matte gel. I don't want matte. There we go. Now to figure out how to mix this. I did have out a little. Yeah, it was better than horrible. You're right. I have out a little jelly plate here. Here it is for mixing. Okay, so let's pour out some of this gel medium. And then I don't know where the little Coke spoon is that goes with these, so I'm just going to dump some in. And I realize that's not what those are, but that's what they remind me of. Make sure it's blended in really well. So it gives it some iridescence. It may or may not look good. And I may or may not have made enough. It's very, very clear looking from here. Like it doesn't exist. But again, it is an iridescent. Watch this trick. I'm just trying to get more on there if I can. I might just mess the whole thing up. I feel like it's not going to work. There's a hair. Um, let's just get this over with. If this stuff isn't, oh yeah, this stuff isn't dried out. All right, let's get a scoopy doopy. That's what I want. I want like a pearl. I wasn't getting that from that stuff. I probably needed a heck of a lot more than I actually tried to use. This stuff is goopy. Huh. Who knows what we're going to get, friends? Who knows? As long as it pulls, I think it'll be fine. So, moment of truth. I'm just going to grab. Now I got that one dirty. Gotta work quick here. We'll give that a minute to dry. Let's air that off best I can. Ooh, it's got a beautiful iridescence to it now, though. Isn't that gorgeous? Ooh, pretty. Such a pretty, pretty girl. May do nothing here. Okay, let me, since this will be the last, let me do a little cleaning. I don't know, I may come back in after breakfast and play some more, but I probably won't turn on the camera because people got to get on with their lives. I don't know how people like Elizabeth do it and go online every single day. My husband would kill me because he has to be quiet when I'm doing that. But I think her husband's at work when she goes live. So that helps. But she still got kids, so I don't know how she does it. I don't know. That's clean enough. This one I like because it comes off. Makes it a lot easier to clean. Yeah, you're really dirty, aren't you? Dirty little girl. Okay. I can barely make myself come online on Thursdays and Fridays. And sometimes I don't. You know what? Sometimes I'm just kind of cranky and I feel like I might say something mean or be mean. So I just stay offline and feign a migraine, although I do get migraines and they do make me cranky. Okay. And this guy, I think I'll throw some hand sanitizer on. This is so pretty. But I do want it clean for next time when I want to use it. And this one doesn't come off, so that's kind of a bummer. Look at my hand, though. Isn't that gorgeous? Luckily, hands wash off easily. Don't be afraid to get dirty, my friends. Okay. Get you cleaned off. This is the side that had the iridescent on it. Boy, you can see it now, can't you? Let's see if I can get it cleaned off. Yeah. I'm not going to use the tape trick because I want to make sure I get it all off of there so it doesn't come off on my next project in case I don't want purple iridescent on my next project. Okay, let's get this dry. And then we'll see what we've made. Me too. I'm very curious about this color. Ready? Now I didn't flip it over. You can always flip it over and kind of see what it's going to look like, but let's see what we got. I mean, it pulled. Do I see any iridescent? We'll find out when I hold it up to the light. Ah, ah, yes. Can you see that iridescence in there? Magical. Far out. That worked. I'm not sure which worked, whether it was the, see, that's the problem is I did the shimmery goodness on top of the gel medium that I had done, the gloss gel that I had dyed with the mica powder. But we sure got iridescent. I don't know, can you guys see that? Okay, so we got that pull. And then we got the pull that I didn't really 100% love. It's a little still wet, so I'm not going to stack it on top here. I've got wet paint right there. Then we've got the polka dot pull, the gradient polka dot pull. It's a little damp too, so I'm not going to stack these on top of each other. We've got the black and white polka dot pull, which I love how that came out. And then we've got this roll off, which I absolutely adore. Don't ask. I'm a weirdo. We got the red and white polka dot pull. And we've got the yellow and black. So in a little over an hour and a half, we didn't get a lot. But that's the nature of this. This is why you'll sit here and before you know it, it'll be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you'll have drying paper all around you. But anyway, I'm glad that I came on live this morning. I wasn't going to because I already said, and I apologize for last week. I was super sick like Reagan is. Like I couldn't even get out of bed to cancel my live. I was really, really, really sick and high fever and just, you know how it is. You just can't get up. That was me. You love the black and white the best? Yeah, I'm a black and white kind of gal myself. And I mean, certainly you can just buy paper like that, but this is, very thin paper. Again, where did I put the roll? I used this medical paper and I bought it online, not from Amazon, but there's a lot here and it's this wide and I just rip it off. I don't care. It's not coated on either side, which is one thing I like. Like some tissue papers that you buy, will be coated on one side. This is not coated on either side. So it's kind of matte and it absorbs really well. Oh, that would look great on a coffee mug. Yeah, I love the red and white too. I wish that the red was a little bit like it shows up a deeper red on camera than it actually is in person. In person, it has a little bit of a pink hue to it. So I guess I could go darker with it if I wanted to. Anyway, you guys, and then there's the experimental one that we did with the, oh yeah, and then I have my tapes that I use to pick up excess paint. And, those look cool on paper. Um, like over printed paper, like book pages and stuff like that. So I have two of those. Um, come here, you. Oh, I ripped it. Oh, doggone it. Well, still cool. Oops, let's get some of that pink on there. I waste my pink. You could do a whole, color scheme of something like this to make it look like old tape. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Maybe I'll see you around the rooms. Might go to craft roulette, might be sleeping. Had a rough night last night, as usual. So oftentimes I take a nap. Anybody have any questions before I sign off? All right, go get messy. Take care. Bye. Good idea, Reagan. Yeah. Let's take a look. Well, you guys can't tell because, like I said, it shows darker on the screen, but I put a black panel behind it. It does. Yeah. All right. Take care. Bye.